Mix. Yeah. You in the mix, rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, they got plenty. You in the sports mix with Kenny. News and knowledge. A lot of dope techniques make kids become scholars. You need to tune in. A lot of hot topics. When it comes to sports, Kenny sounds like a prophet. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. Plus, he keep you up on all the hottest trends. Plus, you never know who he has as a guest. So grab a cold one, man, and just tune in. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. You rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty.
Knicks. Big Kenny, I'm back. Back like I ain't never went nowhere. Sports Mix, what's up? Couple man, but you know in the building. What's up, homie?
Lord, I can't hear.
I can hear you. But
can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we back, man. Been off for a couple weeks. The NBA finals have started.
Man.
Since we've been gone, the finals are in full effect. This New York is up 2-1. The Knicks are up 2-1 right now in the NBA finals. Man, they had game 3 was last night in New York City at the Madison Square Garden, and the Spurs was able to even the series out. Well, get back into the series, excuse me. They was able to get back into it. It's just been tough sledding early on for the Spurs, man. To me, just watching the first 2 games looked like, you know, Wemby looked a little sluggish the first couple games. Cat was taking it to him, kind of really making him work hard in the first couple games, and he had a comeback game, a bounce back game to me in game 3 last night. He was effective on both ends of the court, and Cat didn't have a particularly good game for game 3. But can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, all good. What's up, bro?
Okay, I'm good. I'm real good.
Yeah, we back. Had a couple weeks off. You know, took care of some business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, still working the kinks out. But yeah, so you know, NBA Finals started since we last came on. I think the last time we were here, the Spurs hadn't yet clinched. I know the Knicks had clinched already, but the Spurs hadn't clinched yet. The Spurs were still battling with OKC the last time we did a show a couple weeks ago. And they were able to close out and get to the finals, the NBA Finals, and they playing up against the New York Knicks. The Knicks were on a 13-game winning streak in the playoffs. You know, they've been rolling, man, and you know, well rested going into game 1 of the finals. They got game 1 in San Antonio, got game 2 in San Antonio. And the city of New York was on fire for the last few days, man. I mean,
yeah, I can imagine.
Anticipation leading up to yesterday's game was huge. You know what I'm saying? And you had people. They already was talking about a sweep. You know, they're not even going back to San Antonio. That's what they were saying. They was excited. Man, but just to see the coverage, man, you know, to see all of how the city was lit up, New York, man, in blue and orange last few days. I'm sure it's still lit up tonight. As game 4 is tomorrow, back at the Garden. You know, to see all of the celebrities, man. I mean, it's almost like Showtime. You know, remember the Showtime Lakers, and you had that celebrity. All the celebrities was coming out there. All the Hollywood people. All the New Yorkers was in the building last night. I mean, Jay-Z, Fat Joe, Stephen A, Spike Lee, and I mean, just a who's who of New
Yeah.
Yorkers was
Oh,
on that front them first couple rows, man,
bunch of former Knicks.
all the old Knicks they usually sit behind the basket, down there on the floor, man, and man, it's just good to see. Now some of them ticket prices, what I'm saying? I don't know who was, I don't know who was able to pay for them tickets. I mean, they said the cheapest tickets was like $5,000-$6,000.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit out my range, man. Yeah.
And that's way at the top of the garden.
That's,
You know what I'm saying?
that's all the way at the top.
The floor joints go for 100,000.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
come on, man, that's crazy. But hey, when the demand is high, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we gonna
Yeah.
do what we gotta do. I, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I wish I was forward thinking enough to have bought some tickets. You know what I'm saying? And just held on to them
Mhm.
and cashed them on in. But because
Right.
I definitely would have been cashing them.
It'll be cashed.
Yeah, they'd have been cashed in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's good, man. I mean, just the excitement. New York is one of them towns. Um, when it's hot. Now, I'm not a Yankee fan by any stretch. So, and the Yankees win a little more frequently. Have won a little more frequently. The Knicks have won a
Right.
championship since 1973. So, I mean, just for I don't remember
Yeah.
1973. I was 2 years old. Matter of fact, when they had the final, I wasn't even quite 2 years old yet. May, June. I didn't turn two till July of 1973. So I don't remember the Knicks winning the championship. I remember the Knicks of the 90s, the Patrick Ewing Knicks. They got to the finals in 94 against Houston. And we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The OJ,
The OJ finals.
what do you call it? The slow speed chase.
The slow speed chase. They was the OJ finals right there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they got back in 99 against the Spurs, nonetheless. And that's when the
Yeah.
Spurs won. Tim Duncan and Dave Robinson won their first
Their
championship
first.
in
Exactly.
99. And I think that was the strike shortened year. I think that was only like they played 50 regular season games that year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Spurs, of course, that won five championships altogether since that time. And the Knicks still haven't won one, and they haven't been back since 99, but they haven't won a championship since 1973.
Yeah. And just to kind of put that in a little bit of perspective, I think that Coach Phil Jackson was on that squad.
Wow. Wow.
Right. Right.
So you're talking Phil Jackson
Yeah. Willis Reed.
and
Walt
Bradley.
Frazier. Yeah.
Bradley was on the front row last night.
Yeah, was he? They had Bill Bradley there.
Yeah, Bill Bradley was. They put the camera on him for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I watched that series. Great series. Those Knicks teams were remarkable teams. And anytime you got New York in a finals, whether it's baseball, football, or whatever the sport may be, I mean, it's mind-boggling. New York fans. I mean, even in San Antonio in games 1 and 2, the crowd seemed split. It was almost like a split crowd, man. When the Knicks would do something good, you would hear the applause and stuff. I say, dang, man, they there, and clearly when they played Philly and them teams, it was a dominant Knick fan following at those games. So the years I worked down Memorial Stadium when the Orioles played, them Yankee fans, man, I was dealing with the concession stands. We had to up the particular hot dogs they eat. What they called, whatever, that that kind of food that the Jewish people eat. We had to amp them hot dogs up because we knew the Knicks fans was going. I mean, the Yankee fans was going to be in the stadium. So they have a tremendous following, and it's good for the sport for real.
So they wanted the kosher.
The kosher. That's what it was. The
They
kosher.
want kosher dogs.
Kosher dog.
Yeah. They want the kosher. They, we ain't
Mhm.
playing with this. You gotta come with that kosher,
Yeah.
buddy.
Got to come with the kosher. Got to come with the kosher. So it's a good thing, man. When and this is one of the reasons why a lot of athletes, the media up in New York is like is crazy. Is always crazy. The scrutiny is unbelievable. But at the same time, if you play for any New York team, your chances of getting commercials and things like that is enhanced. And New York, man, it's a hell of a place, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Hell of a
indeed.
place.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Doughboy Eagle on YouTube. Spurs had to stop giving up second chance rebounds and make Brunson work hard on defense, but making him defend. I would agree. But
Yeah.
Castle and Ron Harper's son, they are
Yeah.
balling.
Yes.
They balling. And Harper's son is a rookie. You couldn't tell he was a rookie by the way he'd been playing. You know what I'm saying? Shorty coming out there with no fear in his heart. Is like he just like, man, listen, it's just another game. Let's get it. The way they made Brunson work hard last night.
Yes, they did.
They getting that ball out of his hands, and he was, and then something that I picked up, and I heard him talking about it this morning on one of the morning shows. Is that and I'm gonna tell you who said it because I like her. Monica McNutt.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Monica McNutt fan. Monica, if you're watching, hit us up. We like to have you on.
Yeah, I wonder if she ever considered changing her last name. I mean, I wonder. Yeah, I do wonder, man.
Let me stop.
Yeah.
I'm great. Go down. I'm great. Go down the rabbit hole. But anyway, she made mention. She made mention that they were making Jalen Brunson work, and other guys just kind of were standing around. You know what I'm saying? So the movement stopped. They weren't really trying to get open. They were just kind of standing stationary, just kind of watching them dribble, and then saying he's trying to get a shot off, and then you got Wimby camped out in the paint, which if you get past his man, you got the Giants sitting back there waiting on you, so it's just making it a whole lot harder for him.
Yeah.
And I guess that's an adjustment that was made from the previous two games, but it seemed like in the previous two games, in games 1 and 2, I mean Brunson got his points, but the Knicks seemed a little more balanced to me.
Yeah. They did. They were.
Like you said, you had Big Cat that was getting buckets. He didn't have a particularly good game last night.
Yeah.
And of course, he's going to be an X factor if they plan on winning this series, because he was an X factor in games 1 and 2, and Wemby was kind of not a factor as much in the first two games.
Mm-hmm.
So Big Cat has got to definitely have a better game tomorrow night. It just an overall, man. I think it's a good matchup. If you haven't really seen the Spurs too much throughout the year, I mean, a lot of attention is going to go to Wemby. Just because he is Wemby and he's kind of the next budding superstar of the league. The Knicks. I mean, the Spurs, man. Like I say, the guard play with Vassell. Vassell been getting buckets. Castle, running the point. Ron Harper's son coming off the bench. Fox, the Aaron Fox been playing good. He didn't have a particularly good game in game 1. Game 2 and 3. And last night he had a really good game. So that guard play has been really, really good the last couple of games, man. And again, Peter Jimenez, is that what his name?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you got winning the finals? Woo!
Good question.
That's a real good question.
Hmm.
And I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not. I'm not a fan of either. I, I would like to see New York win, just because they haven't won since 1973. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
because of that, I would love to see New York win. And you know, so I'm gonna say the Knicks. I would like to see the Knicks win. Um, and that's just me, and that's just because, again, like, I'm a sports fan. I just like to see, uh, what those type of things do for communities, and what they do for cities. Especially a city that haven't won a championship in that particular sport in a very long time. Um, I'm excited to see what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow was a big game, because if the Spurs uh, are able to even it up, then it goes to the 1-1-1 format in the final three games. So to go back to San Antonio, back to New York, then back to San Antonio for Game 7 if they need it. And I like that format. Where you don't have it used to be like 2-3-2.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah,
So I
that was
like I like
ridiculous.
that I like that they break it up at the end. You know, and again, man, New York was buzzing. New York felt like they were ready to sweep the Spurs out of there. The Spurs showed up last night and made it a series. And they always say, it's not a series until the road team win a game. So the road teams have won games, and we potentially have a series now. So tomorrow is going to be big for the Spurs to maintain, because if they go down 3-1, the odds of them winning are not very good. It's not impossible. It's happened before, but it's just not something that is likely. So we're gonna see, but it's been a good series so far. Like I said, it's only 3 games. It's only been 3 games, man. So I'm excited about what I've been seeing. Like I say, we talked about a little bit the excitement in the city of New York, man. New York is just on fire right now. The city, man. The city is on fire right now. Um, you know, uh, had some shenanigans after the game. I heard they out there harassing Spurs fans.
Mm.
You know, and they record everything now. So I don't know. I don't know why we do these things, but
No.
you know,
Right.
it is what it is, man.
Right.
It is what it is. But so yeah. So I mean, what's your thoughts moving forward with the series? I mean, how you see it playing out?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wholeheartedly agree, with you. I mean, even before the series started, you mentioned that, you just hope it goes 7 games. You want to see a good series. And I think a lot of people, are right there with you on that. We always want to see a competitive series. That's the thing about the playoffs, is that, after I watch game 1 and game 2, and probably, I would say 85% of game 2, from game 1 to 85% of game 2, I mean, it just looked like the Knicks were dominant over the Spurs to me. And that last uh, part of game 2, the Spurs made a run and probably should have won that game. Wemby, missed an open shot, threw the ball away down the stretch, made some critical errors, and the Knicks came away with that win. So, at that point, and I think I may have even text you, I said, the Knicks got the potential to sweep.
Yep.
Sometime in that game, I mentioned that. And so, coming to New York, going up into the Garden, you knew it was going to be crazy, the frenzy and everything. It looked really bad for the Spurs. But, when you talk about the playoffs, man, that's why the playoffs are so juicy and so good, is because it's just not that one game thing. A dude like Brunson can come to your arena and play you one time and you ain't ready for what he got to give you. Or Wemby can come and you play the Spurs and you like your mind is blown by what Wemby can do. But when you in a series, and not only the actual series that they're playing each other right now, but the series that they've played before. I mean, all eyes are always on Wemby, you
Yes.
know. And one thing you could kind of see in some of those playoff games is that, hey, you can guard Wemby on the outside with somebody that's not even a center.
Right.
You know, you can move him off the block. He lighten the ass, you know, and you know, different things that you find out about him. And you know, and to me it's the same thing with a guy like Brunson. You know, Brunson is maybe one of the best bucket getters in the league. You know, that guy can get a bucket, man. Like, and it's mind-boggling how he pull it off. It's like,
Yes.
man, this guy getting these buckets, they can't stop him. But you know, in the previous series, the Spurs had to deal with Shea.
Yeah.
Shea, one of the top bucket getters in the league, and they did a pretty good job on Shea.
Yeah, they did. They made him work
You
for it.
know, yeah, they made him work, man. So I say this could work for them going against Brunson. And you mentioned it. To me, a big key has been the guard play. And what I found out is that uh let alone the defense that they're putting on Brunson, making him work hard. But Brunson can't keep up with them guards, man. They too quick for him, man.
Yeah, they definitely quick.
They too quick. Harper and Fox and them guys, man. He's a liability on defense, is what I'm saying. And I've never really seen that when he goes to town and play a team one time.
Yeah.
And then go play another team. But in this series with adjustments, your weaknesses will get exposed.
Yep.
And so I have to take my hat off to Wemby and Fox and Harper and them dudes, man, because in my mind, it was not looking good for them going into that garden to play this team. So I take my hat into the coaching staff. I take my hat off. I don't know if Cat had a bad game or if it was just him, but he was not a factor like he was in the previous games. And he's a tough guard. You know, he's tough, man. What he can do from the outside and he is tough, man. But it wasn't there, and we got a series. That's all I can say. We got a series, and at this point, we don't know what the hell is going to happen. But I shout out to Wemby, man, because this dude Wemby, he's probably in a really small. There's only a few guys in this category, to me, that could be dominant, totally dominant on both ends of the floor. I mean, where he can dominate, where he had maybe 15 blocks or something in one game, and then you know what he can do on the offensive end. I mean, you know, you're looking at guys like maybe Wilt and maybe Akeem Olajuwon that can be totally dominant on both ends of the floor. And Wemby is one of them dudes, man. And one thing that I was seeing with Wemby, again, he's light. He's a little light in the butt, you know, and he can get pushed around a little bit. So him being down low, you know, the lobs and stuff like that. But I think he needs, you know, like a Kareem had the sky hook.
Yeah.
Kareem wasn't no real big, strong guy. Wilt and Shaq were dominant down low. They can get what they want. Akeem Olajuwon had all kind of offensive moves, you know, but I don't see Wemby with no signature move, no go-to type move, you know, and that's something I think will help him in the future of developing something like that. If he had a little jump hook that he could go to all the time or whatever. So, you know, but these playoffs, man, and these finals, this is where stars become superstars. And if you get it done in the finals, that stuff goes a long way when you start talking about who's on the top 75 list, the top 100 list, that kind of thing. So I'm excited, man. And Wemby is definitely, man, you know, kicking at that door, and he's so young.
Uncle Ginger's Chronicles on YouTube say the pick and roll will work. And what he's doing right now, what I'm saying that he's doing right now is he's using that length because he's able to kind of he made a couple of shots, even dunked on some people.
Yeah,
with that extension, man. I was kind of
yes.
like, you kind of forget sometimes because when you're down there mixing it up, and he kind of turned and he right there. I'm like, okay. Or
Yeah.
he can bounce and he can bounce 2 steps from the 3-point line. Because he's
Right.
so long, he can get to the basket
Get to the
and
rim.
bouncing 2 steps from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of people can't do. You know what I'm saying? Just based off his size. And now with a bigger guy, now they are being physical with him.
Mm-hmm.
And to his credit, he's pushing back. You know what I'm saying? Because he got away with one last night when he pushed Brunson.
Oh
That
yeah.
should have been a flagrant.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he is fighting back. And remember in the series with OKC, he got put out of a game with the elbow.
Yeah.
So he not allowing people to bully him. You know what I'm saying? And again, but that's how you got to play somebody. His advantage is height, but he's like you said, he's like an ass.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta bully him. You gotta make him work harder to get those buckets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you allow him to move at will, you know, and again, you gotta take some chances. You know what I'm saying? You have to foul him coming to that paint. You gotta let him know. All right, if you will keep coming in here, you know what I'm saying? And again, man, this is just good hard fouls, good hard playoff fouls.
Yeah.
Is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see nobody get hurt or injured or nothing like that. But you got to be physical with him because if you let him roam free, you let him move around freely, he can make for some long nights for you. You know what I'm saying? And so he haven't took off like he did in game 1 against OKC yet. I don't think he's took off like that since.
No, you have not.
Yeah,
No.
he haven't had a game like that since.
Right.
But again, you have to be physical with him, and you got to make him work. You know what I'm saying? You got to make him work because again, with anybody at that level, man, once you get it going, it don't matter who you are, it's hard to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Once you got some momentum and once you in a flow, it's hard to stop that. And I think like last night, they got him some easy buckets early. I think he scored the first 6 to 8 points, all in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Off lobs and like stuff right around the basket. So he wasn't out. He just was hanging around the basket and getting real easy looks. You know what I'm saying? And got him going early. And maybe kind of, like I say, I don't know what his mentality was, what the mental was, because like I say, Cat was having his way the first couple of games. And it was talked about in the media. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure he heard the whispers as we heard them. And he figured he got to come out early, get him going early, get him a couple easy shots just to get the confidence up. And he ended up having a pretty decent game.
For sure.
That. So, so again, man, like, and we talked about this in the other rounds of the playoffs. And then, just the difference in the playoffs and the regular season is the regular season is one game at a time. It's one game, and then you off to the next city, or the next opponent coming in town. In the playoffs, it's a series, so it's coaching matters in the playoffs, and the coaches are going to have to earn their money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm shout out to Mike Brown. I know he's had a couple head coaching jobs in his time in the league. He was one of the hot assistants some years ago. And I believe he worked under Pop with the Spurs at one point. And he was head coach with Cleveland. He was head coach out there at Sacramento, and he was on Golden State's bench for a couple years. So he bounced around the league a little bit, and he got the Knicks in the finals. I think did he get to the finals with Cleveland?
Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall.
I don't remember if he was head coach one of them years with LeBron. I know he coached out there, but I don't remember if he got to the finals with the Cleveland. But it's good to see him in the finals. And then the young coach from the Spurs, Johnson, I believe is his name. I think that's his name. I'm sorry if I'm blanking on his name, but he seems to be a pretty good good young coach. You know, he's somebody that, again, I'm not real familiar with a lot of the assistants unless they played in the league. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really keep up with the assistant coaches like that. So he was somebody I wasn't familiar with until he got the job. You know, and he was apparently he was a big, you know, Pop spoke highly of him and made sure he got the head coaching job there, and then he's in the finals. So and he has them boys playing. I'm giving that, man. He got them boys playing, man. The Spurs, again, because I had OKC winning the West, you know, and again, I ain't gonna make no excuses for why they lost. The Spurs won the series, and that's just that, you know. Again, you know, I think Jalen Williams not being there and healthy for OKC was a factor.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
We're not gonna let that be the excuse.
No,
why
it can't
they lost.
be.
You know, it can't be the excuse why they lost, but you know, it was a factor. It played a factor in why they lost the series. But Spurs are there. You know, they down 2-1 right now. Big game 4 tomorrow. Big game back in New York City, back in the Big Apple, as you will. City is blue and orange. You know, Donald Trump went to the game last night. You see that? So they gave him a good old New York welcome.
Yeah.
You know, they welcomed him, New York style, of course.
Yeah. I missed the beginning, so I don't know. Did they announce him or something or anything, or
they showed him on the screen when they were doing the national anthem? You know, of course he was at attention during the anthem.
He was at attention.
He was at attention during the anthem. You know, he was ready for TV.
I'm sure.
But he wasn't ready for TV when he went to sleep. You know, there's a lot of pictures floating around him sleeping at the game last night.
Oh man.
You know, sleepy Trump.
Is that right?
Yeah, you know, he falls asleep pretty much everywhere he go now. He falls taking naps.
Wow.
Whether it's in the Oval Office or meetings with heads of state.
Wow.
You know, but this ain't a political show, so you know, I ain't gonna go in on old Donald Trump.
No,
but yeah, he was at the game last night. Chris Rock and we talked about some of the celebs that was there, man. You know, Tracy Morgan. And, you know, Spike Lee, the ultimate Knicks fan. You know, he's been rocking with the Knicks for a long time, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
Spike, he probably gonna make a movie about this if they win the championship.
Yeah, he probably will. No, Spike.
Something.
Yeah, he gonna do something.
Yeah, because he probably was there in '73.
Yeah, he might have been. He probably was.
Spike. Spike. I mean, Spike gotta be like pushing 70.
Yeah, he probably. I don't know how much of a Knicks fan he was then, but he probably was young then. Mm-hmm. He probably he hadn't made no movies yet. That was
yeah. So you know, I'm excited though. I'm excited for New Yorkers, man. I got CB, one of our guys is a New Yorker, Knicks fan, man, lifelong Knicks fan. He see CB from the Bronx, you know, so I know he's excited. He's local though. He's not up in New York celebrating with him or taking part of the festivities up there. He's here in Baltimore.
Right.
CB's a New York guy. Before we started the show, wanted to make sure I send out condolences and rest in peace to Stacey King.
Yep.
Stacey King passed away over the weekend. And Stacey King was working in the Chicago Bulls on the TV side. He was doing TV for the Chicago Bulls. I believe Stacey got 3 rings with the Bulls. The first part of the three-peat. He was a coming off the bench guy. He played behind what's the big deal with the awkward shot?
Yeah, Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright. Yeah, he came behind Cartwright on those Bulls teams, 91, 2, 3. Stacey King was a big time player at Oklahoma.
College.
In college, man, he was a big time player, man. Left-handed.
Lefty.
Was tough on that block. You know what I'm saying? And I remember '88, they lost to Kansas, man. That was a big upset. that Oklahoma team was tough, man. Him and Mookie Blaylock.
Blaylock, yeah.
And what was the other guard they had that played alongside Mookie Blaylock? Ricky Grace.
Grace.
Harvey Grant was on that team. They was tough. They was tough, man, and they was expected to win the championship. You know, Danny Manning. They stole Reggie's name, called him Danny and the Miracles.
Danny and the Miracles.
Danny Manning led Kansas to the championship in '88, and they knocked off Oklahoma, man. And that was. I remember watching that game, man. You know, but rest in peace to Stacey King, man. Again, man, he was somebody that, you know, got to watch him in college and in the NBA. You know what I mean? And he didn't have a great pro career, but he was solid. He was a solid pro. You know, reserve guy. You know, came off the bench. He may have started a few games too, but he was more of a role player for those the first three-peat Chicago Bulls. So rest in peace to Stacey King. Also, here locally, a little bit before my time, but I'm definitely familiar with this guy. Rest in peace to Raymond Berry, former Baltimore Colt, was part of those championship teams with Johnny Unitas and Lenny Moore and, you know, Art Donovan and those guys, man. You know, he played back in the 50s and 60s, I believe. And Raymond Berry also was the head coach of the New England Patriots. I believe, I guess, like in the 80s, maybe like the early 80s. Raymond Berry was the head coach in the NFL for a little bit, but he passed away as well over the weekend. Maybe a couple weeks ago for Raymond Berry.
Yeah,
but, he passed away. So I just, you know, he's a Baltimore legend, and I wanted to send condolences out to him, his family as well. You know, we weren't on the air that week, so definitely wanted to send my prayers and condolences out to those two.
Yeah, a lot of times, man, you know, time goes on, and a lot of those players from the past, you know, they can lose a lot of, you know, what they were all about as the new generation moving. And Raymond Berry really made a lot of noise in those 1958, 1959 championship games. The Colts played John Unitas. He had a lot of catches in those games and for a lot of yards. And those were the games that shaped the NFL. Those were the big games that ushered in the NFL, and John Unitas being the first great quarterback in the NFL. A lot of people still consider him the greatest of all time, and Raymond Berry was that guy, his receiver. Those two guys really, really ushered in the practicing of route running. He was such a great route runner, Raymond Berry, and had the terrific hands. He was never a top speed guy, but the great thing with those guys is that they were practicing before a game, and they were doing some of the typical routines, the down and outs, and they found that while they were practicing before the game, that they claimed that the field was 6 inches too narrow because of the route running that they did, and the refs actually went out and measured the field, and they did find out that the field was 6 inches too narrow. It might have been 2 inches or something like that. But that kind of lets you know the precision that these guys played at, that Raymond Berry worked at with a John Unitas, and those guys added so much to the NFL, and of course to Baltimore, to Baltimore legend, like you said, a Hall of Famer, Raymond Berry. So
I don't mean to be laughing, but it took me back. Because you had some you had an occasion where you figured out the measurements of the field wasn't what they were supposed to be. And I remember coming out there. I don't remember how it all came to be. I remember you had the joint. And
I had the wheel.
You had the wheel, man. You walking up the field. I'm like, what's going on?
Right. We was somewhere up in the hood.
We was at Emerson Village, I believe.
think it's up in the hood.
I think we was up Emerson Village, man, and you was like, man, this field ain't
It ain't
it
right.
ain't right. It ain't right.
It
My
ain't
man,
right.
my man Dean had the wheel.
I went in the car, pulled the wheel out, the measuring wheel. that I used on the job. I said, well, I need to go get my wheel.
He had the tools in the car. I said, hold up. We gonna get to the bottom of this.
Gotta get to the bottom of this.
I never, you know what I'm saying? Some of them things, man, they just stick to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That ain't something we'll talk about all the time. But when you just said that about the 6 inches too short, I said, yeah, I remember that shit like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Because it's a Saturday morning.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember. I forgot all about you. You just mentioned it.
I can see you walking down the sideline with that thing right now.
Right.
Because again, I didn't hear the beginning of the conversation. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even think I seen you go to the car. I just remember seeing you
Out
going up
there
the
with it.
sideline with the joint. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, I think the previous conversation went something like, what is this shit? What the hell is this?
Hey, it's like it was like an after school game or something.
Right.
Like they had book bags and shit as the end zone or the touchdown right there. It's out of bounds right here. Like, hold up, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hold up, man. It didn't feel it wasn't long. It wasn't long enough or wide enough, was it?
No.
They was just like, yeah, we're just gonna play.
We just had to deal with it.
Yeah.
Basically.
We just had to go up there and play.
Right.
Yeah, but I remember that, man. But it just you talking about this? They figuring out the field was 6 inches too short. That took me right back to that.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, it took me right back to that, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you know what you looking for in Game 4 tomorrow?
Well, I mean, big game, man, and I know that the NBA, when we talk about the sweep and the sweep was put out there on the table, I know the NBA is not interested in a sweep. So and these are some of the things you keep in mind as you move forward and you peep the refs out, see what's going on and all of that. But I know the NBA is definitely for the NBA game. 7 games is the ultimate. That's what you want, and even as a fan, that's what you want. I think with the Spurs, one of the big things is the difference when Wemby is on the floor as when he's off the floor. There's such a huge difference, in the team itself, and the point differential is huge. And you notice when Wemby goes out the game, the Knicks go straight to the hole with the ball. They start attacking the paint, and it's such a big difference. And Wemby, as far as his stamina goes, and that's something you mentioned earlier about NBA playoff basketball and putting the pressure on him and making it rough for him and all the pushing and holding and shoving, and it wears him down, and he got to go to the bench, and the Knicks take advantage of that. So that thing to me is San Antonio's one of their biggest issues is when Wemby is on the floor versus Wemby off the floor, and how can they minimize the damage when he's getting rest. I don't think that he has the stamina to be out on that floor as much as you might want him to be on the floor. He needs his rest based on how they playing him. And I recall when OKC played them, and you mentioned it, the elbow that he threw, and they threw him out the game. And those guys, man, they were balling with him, not even in the game. He got thrown out. And I remember Ant-Man saying at the end of the game, he said, man, we thought we had an easy win because he was thrown out. We wanted to take advantage of that. He said, man, but I give them guys credit. And I mentioned that I thought that game really could help San Antonio moving forward, knowing that they can play without Wemby and be effective. And I think the first 2 games they struggled with that, but this last game you could see where those guards and those other guys, Castle and Fox and and Harper and all those guys really, really stepped up. And to me, that's the key for San Antonio is not to give away too much when Wemby's sitting on that bench. So still, the playoffs, the 7-game series, the playoff series is such a wonderful thing or a beautiful thing. At one point, you could feel a certain way. The next game, it flip your mind and you're looking at it different. Then the next game, it go the other way. This is the beauty of it. And so at one, I thought that the Knicks had this thing and it was a wrap. But you saw what happened last game, and it looked like the Spurs like maybe got their number now. Now they know they can deal with Brunson. Now they know he can't guard some of the quicker guards. So it looked like the things have swung back into San Antonio's perspective. But it's all about adjustments. What's going to happen with Cat coming back? I can't see him playing the same way he played the last game. I think he's definitely going to step his game up. So at this point, I would still. And it's really tough series to call. It seemed like home court advantage have meant nothing so far.
No, it didn't. It doesn't.
It hadn't meant anything as the visitors has won all 3 games. So so I'll just say, man, it's just a tough call, man. It's really just a tough call, and still up 2-1. Game is in New York. I think still right now you have to favor the Knicks.
Yeah, and again, for nostalgic reasons only, because again, I don't have a dog in the fight. I would like to see the Knicks win this series, but the Knicks are going to have to. And I thought they did good last night because they got some minutes when they put in. What's the young kid with the long hair? The guard, man.
Alvarado.
Russell. Not D'Angelo Russell, man. He played with them, man. I can't think of the kid's name. I apologize. I suck with the names.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that guy Alvarado. I know he's a short little guard. They bring in Alvarado.
Let me get his name right. But I think they stole some minutes with him on the floor, and he played pretty well. And then he made a couple. He turned the ball over.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't even think of his name though.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up right now.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he pulled Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a costly turnover that kind of shifted momentum a little bit. But he gave him some good minutes early. He was hitting a couple of buckets. You know what I'm saying? And so I like that change of pace with him. Again, Karl Anthony Towns didn't do much last night. Josh Hart has been a bulldog. He was hitting some shots last night, which is not his game. He's not a 3-point shooter at all, and he hit I think 3 or 4 of them last night.
Yeah.
But Josh is a bulldog. He's gonna rebound for you. He's gonna do a lot of the dirty work. He's gonna defend it. OG played pretty well. Last night. Mitchell Robinson giving you some minutes off the bench, getting you some rebound,
making some free throws.
Making free throws, yeah. So Mikal Bridges didn't hit anything. He didn't do much last night.
No, he didn't have a good game at all.
Landry Shamet, who's been shooting pretty well, he didn't have a good game last night particularly. So again, those guys got to be the X factors. The bench guys. We know Karl Anthony Towns has to have a better game than he had last night. He had the first game 1 and 2. He had pretty good games, game 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Brunson, who they're going to keep on Brunson. They're going to try to make Brunson work hard as he can to get the ball out of his hands as much as they can. They are pressuring him pretty much 3/4 at half court. They picking him up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they get them, and he picking his dribble up at half court, which is is not. You never want your point guard to give his dribble up.
Yeah,
especially not just getting across the court. You know what I'm saying? But and they made mention of it this morning when I was watching the morning show with Monica McNutt. Hey Monica, with that show, and they were saying, well, don't look at it as he just over dribbling and he trying to do it all on his own, which and she made point of the guys are kind of standing around watching him. You know what I'm saying? They're not getting open. So it's adjustment time now. So all right, what is the Knicks going to do to adjust to how the Spurs have played them? The Spurs have a little more lively guards than the Knicks do. And then all three of the guards that have been kind of handling the ball can make stuff happen. Whether it's Castle, whether it's Fox, or whether it's Harper coming off the bench, all of those guys can make plays. You know what I'm saying? All of them can make plays and they can get to the basket and they can score you points. You know what I'm saying? And so what do the Knicks, how do the Knicks counter the Spurs guards? And like you said, the Spurs guards are quicker. And Brunson can't play him. He's not known as a defensive guy anyway. So he's not somebody that's you're gonna look to him to try to keep somebody in front of him. You know what I mean? And then they don't have the luxury of having Wemby in the background blocking shots. You know what I'm saying? If you get past me, well, we got Wemby back there. And that's the luxury the Spurs have, is you can kind of leave him back there, and they kind of have him playing somebody that's not even a factor offensively, which gives them the luxury of just letting them kind of roam around the basket. So game 4, like you say, man, it's going to be a interesting game because if the Spurs win this game, this is a brand new series here. You know what I'm saying? And it's going back to San Antonio with some momentum. Going back to San Antonio with some momentum. So I'm excited. This again, man, it's the finals. I'm a basketball guy, so I want them to go 7. I want them to go double overtime every game. Just to stretch it out as much as we can, get all the basketball we can get. But I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to a big game 4 tomorrow night. And I'm pulling for the Knicks just because I want to see them win, because they haven't won since 1973. Back when people was bell bottoms was in fashion and big butterfly collar shirts and the colorful suits and it was a Shaft and goddamn Superfly was popular.
Yeah, during that time.
You know what I'm saying? So Rick, Walt Frazier and goddamn.
The Pearl was on that team.
Pearl, yeah, I mean, come on, man. So
Clyde Frazier, Willis Reed, Phil Jackson, Dave DeBusschere, Bill Bradley. I was there. I was rooting against them MFs. Yeah, because they had knocked the Bullets off. The Baltimore Bullets on their way to that championship. So I wanted Wilt, I wanted Jerry West and them boys to whip them.
Yeah.
But no, it didn't turn out that way. That Knicks team won, and they haven't won since. I don't know how many years that is. How many years is that? 73 till now? 26?
53.
That's
53.
a long time.
53.
Yeah, that's a long time, man.
All right, come on, New York.
Right.
I ain't coming there to party with y'all, but I'll be excited.
Pat Ewing and his team couldn't get it done. During the Bernard King era, they couldn't get it done. The Carmelo Anthony era, they couldn't get it done. Yeah. I mean, the Knicks done had some terrific teams. Pat Riley was up there. Phil Jackson was up there. Van Gundy. And they couldn't get it done. And here we are, and they don't want to blow this opportunity, man. I can tell you that. They better get it done. And the Spurs do not want to go down 3-1.
Nah.
You don't want to go down 3-1.
No, I don't want to go down 3-1. So big game 4 tomorrow. Y'all get your popcorn ready. get your chicken wings and your Miller Lights, whatever it is you do to watch the game.
Is that the last game that Trump showing up? Yeah.
I heard he wasn't showing up to game 4.
Okay.
That's what I heard today. He said he got a scheduling conflict. He got other things to do. He got to run the country,
Yeah.
He got to finish running the country in the ground.
Right. Exactly. Right. And this is not a political show, but he got to go deal with the Strait of Hormuz over there in Iran.
Yeah, go ahead and get that open back up.
Get that going on.
Get
Donald.
gas prices down.
Yeah, come on, Donald.
You brought up the Wizards, Bullets.
Yeah.
And we did talk about them winning the lottery. So they do have the number 1 pick coming up in a couple weeks. What's your thoughts on that? You think they're gonna go with the young fella from Utah? Or?
Yeah, it seemed like his name is the one that's being mentioned. This kid is 6'8", 6'9", run the floor, can score. A lot of times you got to teach them guys a little bit more, playing defense. Defense kind of grows, but he seemed like a perfect NBA type ball player. So it seems like his name is being mentioned the most, which I look at this team, and I haven't been watching them a whole lot, but Anthony Davis is still on the team at this point, along with Trae Young. So you got a all-star guard who's made the all-star team. You got AD, who's, if he can stay healthy, we already know what kind of ball player he is. They got this young center. He's like 7 foot tall, 7'1", Sar, who is athletic and a rim protector and all of that. I'm thinking, man, if they could, and I hear AD name in a lot of trades, I'm thinking, man, if the Wizards can keep him there for this season to play there along with Trae Young, along with that and AD want to play power forward, not center. So he wouldn't have to play center with the Wizards with this young guy who has all kinds of potential, and you bring in this number 1 pick, whoever it might be. If it's a guy from Utah, I'm thinking that the Wizards is definitely a playoff team. I think they could make some noise over there in the East. I'm actually paying attention to see what they do with AD, because if he remains with that team, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make my way over there to DC to check them out a couple of times during the season.
Yeah.
So I hope they handle this right. We've talked at length about how they butcher things over there in DC.
Yeah. They're good at that.
They real good at that, man. I'm hoping that they don't mess this up. And the guy from Utah, and these names escape me as usual. I've seen him play. The guy from Kansas, Peterson, they've gone head to head 2 or 3 times. And Peterson, he's about 6'7", I think, score. He's a terrific scorer. He's gotten the best of the guy in Utah. But, the Wizards are in a good position to where they are talking about, I think it's maybe Utah who maybe have the 2nd pick. About making a trade with Utah, because Utah want the guy from BYU. He's a hometown dude. He went to high school there. So they're pretty pressed to get this guy. So the Wizards could work that. And because there's some talented people, man. It's another guy, man, that played down in North Carolina, man. He's like a beast to me.
Caleb Wilson.
Oh my gosh, man.
I like him.
I'm feeling that dude, man. I'm feeling him a lot. So if the Wizards can swing a deal and make the best of trading that number 1 pick and maybe trading down to number 2, I mean, they could really cash in here. Yeah. They could trade this. They could trade this pick. I'm hearing Utah's is offering up this one dude, man, who's a baller. You make the trade, you get that guy that they want to trade you, and then you go get maybe Caleb. They got an opportunity to really make something out of this. So I don't want them to mess this up.
Yeah.
I don't want them to mess this up. They're in a great position of power right now with having this number 1 pick and having Utah, salivating over getting this guy. They got to make the best of that.
Yeah, just don't do Wizards type stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
rest in peace, Wes. Big Wes Unseld. Rest in peace. You know, and I don't know who running things over there in DC now with these Wizards, man. But again, rest in peace, Wes Unseld.
Continue. Rest in peace.
Legendary Wes Unseld, continue to rest in peace.
Yeah, don't mess this up, Wizards. Don't jack this up, man. You in a heck of a position.
You're in a great position,
Like
man.
you said, and they made some deals. They made some deals that put them in position. Like you say, they got they were able to bring AD over. They were to bring Trey Young over. You know, they got the young fella from France that's coming along.
That's the dude I'm talking about. Yeah.
I think he wasn't his third year.
Yeah.
Sar.
Yeah.
And then you got some role guys, man. You got the Baltimore kids.
Yeah.
You know,
what's the guy? Cooler Bobby on the team and George and
yeah, let me pull the Wizards.
Yeah, I ain't got my
because I don't want
my laptop with me.
I don't
But they
want to
got
do
some guys, man. This is a pivotal moment for this franchise right now. They got to make the best of this. I keep hearing so much about AD moving somewhere else. You know, the only thing with AD always has been the injury bug. He can't seem to remain healthy. But if you can get him healthy, with this young team around him and a number one pick, man, come on, man. Come on.
So they got 7-footer Vucevic.
Yeah.
You got Sar.
What they list Sar as? What's his height?
Sar is listed at 7 foot.
7 foot. Yeah, man. Come on, man.
7 feet 205 pounds. He's not a big guy.
He's not a big guy.
He's not big. The Vucevic is 7 foot 220. So he's a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis is 6'10", 250.
Yeah.
Let me see. Like I said, you got Julian Reese. I don't know. I guess he would be a free agent. I don't know what kind of deal he got.
Yeah, we have to see. He's stuck in him. Apparently had some really good games with them during the season. They signed him and re-signed him up for the rest of the year. So yeah, maybe he can stick.
Yeah, then you got Cam Whitmore, local kid.
Yeah, I forgot Whitmore was on that.
Coming off the bench, and then you got Bub Carrington, Baltimore kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Wizards handle this. You know, like you say, the roster that they have.
Mm-hmm. When is that draft?
I want to say it's in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's right after the
Like usually like a week after the
finals
over. Yeah, like a week later. So I know game 7 would be like next week, next Wednesday if they go 7. Let me see. NBA draft is when? The NBA draft is June 23rd and 24th. So they made the NBA draft a 2-day thing now.
Yeah. Okay.
How about that?
I mean, how many rounds they got? 2?
2 rounds.
And it's a 2-day thing, huh?
Come on, man. Y'all not the NFL.
Okay. All right, well.
Get it over with.
Yeah.
Because the NFL is king. NFL got the draft 3 days. You know how they do.
I guess they got to try, huh? I ain't. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they're going to try. They're going to try to do it. So
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, so the draft is coming up, man. Wizards on the clock. Wizards are on the clock. Don't mess this up.
Please.
Don't mess this up, man. And that's all I'm going to say on that.
Please.
That's all I'm going to say on that, man.
And if y'all mess it up, y'all going to hear about it on the mix. I'm just saying. If they mess it up, they going to hear about it.
For sure.
For sure.
They for sure going to hear about it. You know. And we might have to report live from Wes Unseld's grave.
Right.
You know. Shout out to Wes Unseld Jr.
Yeah. wherever he might be.
You know.
Yeah.
So Wizards, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up, Wizards. We only 35, 40 minutes away up here.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't mess this up.
Please. Please.
Dean said for the whole world to know that he willing to buy some tickets.
That's right. That's
he
right.
willing to buy some tickets to come down there. Don't mess this up.
Don't mess this up now. Come on now.
You know, don't mess this up now.
I want to go down there and see something on that floor that's worth seeing.
Yeah. Well, that part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can go down there and watch them.
I can go watch the other team. But I want the Wizards to have something on that team, man. You know. Come on now. Don't mess this up.
Hey, Wizards, don't mess this up now.
Mess this up, man.
And we can't reiterate this enough. Don't mess this up.
That's right.
You know, I mean, I think we're pretty clear.
We clear.
We're pretty clear about this. Don't mess this up.
We clear on that. We clear on that.
Yeah,
clear.
Because y'all got, and I saw a stat. I don't know if you call this a stat. I was appalled when I saw this. That for the last 19 years, there has been one former Wizard on the roster of a finals team over the last 19 years.
Wow.
At least one Wizard.
Wow.
Has been in the NBA finals the last 19 years, man.
Wow.
So that tells you how inept
of
an organization they have been over the last 19 years. And we be going back even further than that. You know, we be talking about
we take it back further.
Chris Webber and all them guys that they lost, man. But you're talking over the last 19 years.
That's a hell of a stat right there.
At least one former Wizard was on a finals roster, not a playoff, a finals roster.
Yeah. And when you think about how many times they probably been, you know, in that lottery drawing over these years, and still for a stat like that to show up is that's an incredible stat.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So they got a new anti-tanking rule in the NBA now. You heard about that?
I heard. I haven't really looked in it. It's about coming down the home stretch and everything, and not losing games and that kind of thing intentionally. Yeah.
How about that? How about that? How you gonna police that?
That's what I'm going to say.
Come on, man.
How you gonna monitor that, man? What?
Yeah, you know, this is what happened when you got non-competitive people running sports. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never competed in nothing. You know, the Glee Club type of cats.
Right.
The dudes that could never got picked.
Yeah.
You know, and shout out the guys that never got picked. But, you know,
right.
Come on, man. This again, the rules, sometimes they come up with these rules that it just supposedly make the games better.
Right.
Just cut this nonsense out, man.
You think New York lost some games intentionally when Patrick Ewing was coming out?
Absolutely.
Do you think the Cleveland Cavaliers lost some games intentionally when LeBron was in the draft?
Well. Now
I don't know.
Now, I mean, because now I'm thinking, because you know it's always that, you know, the New York had the little hanky panky with the envelope.
Yeah, that's right. You got to think about the lottery thing too. Yeah,
and then LeBron, you know, they get LeBron when Cleveland get the pick, and it's LeBron. Okay, well, yeah. And then when LeBron left and went to Miami, Cleveland gets the number one pick again. Well, it's Kyrie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a lot of weird things happening, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of weird things happening in the NBA, and that's the reason they put that whole I guess it was ping pong balls at one time for the envelopes and everything, because they know back in the day when you had a Lou Alcindor coming out and some of these guys, you know, these are franchise players. So if we ain't gonna do nothing in the playoffs, why even make the playoffs? Let's lose these games so we can get this pick.
Right.
So yeah, but how do you, like you say, how do you police that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how you police it,
Yeah, I don't know.
but I don't know. I don't know, man. But again, it's just so much money on the line. It's just no telling what people are willing to do.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, to
right.
gain an advantage. So that's above my pay grade. I'm not nothing near billionaires. I only, I'm just old fan. I just like sports.
Yeah,
That's it.
and we understand, man. It's about putting people in the seats, and you put people in the seats when you win. And
Yeah,
if you got a special talent coming out, sometimes they look at these guys coming out as some serious franchise players. Obviously, you want that guy, and if you have an opportunity to get him, get him.
yeah, yeah. Take advantage.
Take advantage, man.
Take
So
advantage. So got the cash app up for those that want to support the show. Hit that cash app and
mhm.
help us with the equipment and all the things that make the show go.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And we would appreciate it. Also, I'm looking at a structure. I'm working on it. But if you got a business and you want to support the show, and we can work out a plan between the sports mix and your business as a sponsor of the show. I'm looking to do that in the upcoming season. With the football season on the horizon, and looking for some sponsorship opportunities, man. So if you got a business and you want to sponsor the show, man, hit me up and we can work some deals out, some details out, man, where I can promote your business and you can kind of support the show that way. So um, that's an opportunity for you to get on board the sports mix train because the train is rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And we ain't stopping. So
Absolutely.
I seen a post on the University of Maryland basketball um, page on Facebook. I don't know, a week or two ago, where I guess they did like a interview with Grievous Vasquez, and
Okay.
Grievous threw up his Mount Rushmore of Maryland basketball.
Okay. Hey, Grievous.
So he started with Lynn Bias, of course, Lenny. I believe Grievous had Lynn Bias, Joe Smith, Warren Dixon, and Grievous Vasquez.
Yeah.
That was his four. So you've been a Maryland basketball fan for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you had to pick a four to be on the Mount Rushmore of Maryland basketball, could you come up with four right away, or you need some time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes you got to give this thing some thought, but I think, his three that he had up there, I don't think you got to think too much about them guys. Uh, Len Bias, uh, I mean, that guy. I mean, what can we say about that guy? I mean, uh, Joe Smith. I mean, what a talent! What a 2 years that guy put in. Um, and then you think about Juan Dixon. Juan Dixon was a guy that was the catalyst for the for the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really think you can argue those guys right there. So shout out to Vasquez for coming up with them players. He picked himself as a fourth, and don't get me wrong, that guy could really play, man.
Great. It was tough.
This was tough, man.
Tough down there.
That guy could really play, man. And and Maryland's had a lot of talent down there. And me, I go way back, so I was around when they had the great John Lucas down there, who wound up being the number one overall pick
Mm-hmm.
for the NBA. Was an All American down there like 2 or 3 of the years that he played, and uh, so that name, comes out, you know, Walt Williams had a real nice career down there. You know, uh, the Wizard, All American. Had a nice NBA career. You know, Francis he only played 1 year. He had a great 1 year down there. But a lot of times, if you're only playing the 1 year, it's not gonna hold up. So I ain't mad at Vasquez, and he was tough, man. But again, I go so far back to where I know what Lenny Elmore did, and Tom McMillan, and those guys who played, uh, uh, even the Albert Kings and the Buck Williams. Those guys had some really strong careers down there. And Al guy, from Dunbar, Baltimore, still hold the one game scoring record down there at University of Maryland. Scored 44 in a game that I watched. One of the greatest shooting exhibitions I ever seen in my life. Ernie Graham. Shout out to Ernie. And the thing about that game, man, he didn't even play that much in the game.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot of minutes in that game, man. So, and it was no 3-point shot.
Right.
There wasn't no 3-point line in that game, man. So those 44, man, was it was crazy for that guy to be scoring like that. So there's a lot of Maryland talent, man. And but I like Lenny Bias and Joe Smith and Juan Dixon. And I probably would have to go with John Lucas, who was a consensus All-American, the number one overall pick. I think Len Bias was number 2. Joe Smith was number 1. Juan Dixon was drafted maybe 12th or 13th or something. I think the Wizards drafted him. I didn't think he would go that high or should have went that high.
I didn't either.
Yeah, but when you talk about the college level, Juan wasn't never going to be no huge star in the NBA, but on the college level, he was that guy for Maryland to get that national championship.
Yeah, and I my 4, I limited to guys that I saw play. Of course, I didn't see John Lucas, I didn't see Elmore and Tom McMillan, them guys play. So it's probably unfair for me to speak on them because I didn't get to see much of them at all. I remember McMillan and Elmore as pro guys.
Yeah,
kind of on the back ends of their pro careers, and John Lucas as well. I remember seeing John Lucas as a pro, but they were kind of role players at the time when I was kind of watching them play in the pros. But the 4 guys that I picked, and I'm pretty consistent. Bias, of course, number 1. Joe Smith, Dixon, and I had the Wizard as my 4th. And just because of the importance. And Gary Williams always spoke of Walt Williams' importance to the program. Because, when all the probation and stuff came down, Walt had the opportunity to leave. He had the opportunity to leave Maryland and kind of go pretty much anywhere he wanted. He would have been eligible right away. He wouldn't even have to sit out. And by him choosing to stay at Maryland, he was a star, and we had Everett Burns on here, a month or so ago. And he was part of those teams where they talked about the probation years and not being able to play on TV and not being able to play in the postseason and all that stuff. And how that could have really, especially for that time, because college basketball was huge back then. And so it meant everything for a guy to be able to play in the ACC tournament, in the big dance, the NCAA tournament. And those Maryland teams weren't even eligible to play in those tournaments, man. And like I say, they didn't have a lot of TV games and stuff. But Walt chose to stay, and he weathered the storm, man. And he was a lottery pick in spite of all of that. In spite of all of those things, man, that was going wrong with the program, he stayed and is one of the greatest Terps ever, wherever you rank him. I tend to put him in my top, 3 or 4 just because of I got to see his whole run here, what I'm saying, and just to see the type of player that he was, and again, he put up some huge numbers in his years, man, here at the University of Maryland. So I would go Williams. Um, I would go Williams. Bias number one. Bias is my number one. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I won't debate anybody that if you don't have Len Bias as your number one, you probably didn't see him play, and that's all I'm gonna say with that. But Len Bias, Walt Williams, Joe Smith, and Juan Dixon. Those are
Mm-hmm.
the top four Maryland
Yeah.
teams that I saw play.
Yeah.
So I saw a post as well last week one day. This was I guess it was the 40th, maybe the 50th, maybe 50 years ago. Maybe it was 50 years ago that John Lucas became the number one overall draft pick. I guess he was drafted in '76.
Yeah,
so
something like
50,
that.
50 years ago.
Yeah.
That's 50 years ago. So he was. So I put up a post. I didn't get a lot of feedback on it, but I was asking for people that saw him play. I mean, how tough was he in Maryland? I mean, you're the number one overall pick. They don't just pick people just because.
No.
So you had to have been tough.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, to be that. So I mean, you got opportunity to see John Lucas, and I remember the '74 team was a pretty big team that they felt like had the tournament been expanded, they would have opportunity to go to the tournament. They lost in the ACC championship to NC State, who ended up winning the championship that year.
Yeah.
They felt like that might have been the best team. They didn't get an opportunity to go because they didn't win the ACC tournament.
Yeah, it was at that time. I think only 32 teams went to the tournament at that time, and you had to win the ACC tournament to make it to the big dance. And there was a team down there at NC State, obviously with David Thompson, who to this day in my mind is the greatest ACC player. David Thompson was a beast down there, and they had Tom Burleson. He was like 7'4", Monty Tao 5'5", and they went head up with Maryland with John Lucas and Tom McMillan and Lynn Elmore, and that game went there. I think it might have been a triple overtime game, but they beat Maryland 103 to 101 or something like that, and NC State went to the finals and wound up winning it all. They actually beat Bill Walton and UCLA that year. So that was a great team, and still arguably they look at that team as they didn't win it all that year, but they certainly had an opportunity to win it if they had gotten into that big dance. But John Lucas, man, was one of the most unique athletes. He was a lefty, left-handed, and ran the point. And he was such a great athlete that he was the number one ranked singles tennis player in college at the time. So here you had an NBA guy who went number one, who was also the number one tennis guy. I'm hearing some kind of. You getting the feedback?
I got company.
Oh, okay. So here you have one of the most unique, and we talk about the Deion Sanders and the Bo Jacksons and guys like Danny Ainge played baseball and this and that. Here's a guy who was basketball and tennis, and he did wind up playing some pro tennis in his career, but he did have some issues with drugs once he got into that league, and it kind of messed his career up. But the guy, man, again, he was the number one overall pick. And I think if you're looking at the Maryland franchise, I think it may be just him and Joe Smith as being the number one overall pick. Obviously, Len Bias went number 2. I think Steve Francis went number 2. Len Bias went behind Brad Daugherty,
Yeah.
7-footer out of 7'7" out of North Carolina, who went to Cleveland, and then Len Bias went to the Celtics. And I think with Steve Francis, Chicago had the #1 pick, and they picked Elton Brand out of Duke.
Yep.
And Stevie Francis wound up going up to Vancouver, I believe, which he wasn't happy about that.
He wasn't happy with that.
You weren't happy with that at all. But yeah, you know it. You hit it on the nail, man. Anytime you going #1, you done some damage in college. And shout out to John Lucas, because when he did have problems dealing with the drug, he wound up coming behind, and he's helped out, man, so many ball players, man, in this league, and making sure that if they got any issues with abusing drugs or and handling their money and all kinds of things, man. He's been such a blessing, man, to a lot of players, where he's helped them out throughout the years. I think his son even made it to the league for some years.
Yeah.
Played in the league. So shout out to John Lucas, man, a Maryland legend.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like I said, I didn't. By the time I see him play, he was on the back end of his pro career. I think I remember him playing with Milwaukee a little bit in the early '80s, and maybe I think he went back to Houston for a minute in the very end of his career. I kind of remember him playing those. I didn't even realize he played with the Bullets.
He did. He played with the Bullets for some time. Yeah.
I just kind of was looking him up and realized, I didn't. So I was probably a little too young to remember him playing with the Bullets. But he was on the Bullets roster. Milwaukee Bucks. I remember Houston Rockets.
He played a lot of teams. Yeah, he hung around that league for a while.
He bounced around a little bit.
Bounced around.
Yeah, I just and again, it's tough. That's why for me, it's tough to really crown somebody the GOAT. Because you kind of see people for who they are when you kind of came into who the revelation of who they were.
Yeah.
So if I go by what I saw of John Lucas, I'd be like, nah.
Right.
Nah. And I heard I saw a clip today that kind of really put it in perspective to me. So it was an old clip of Gary Payton. I forget, he was on one of these podcasts, and they asked him because Payton was on Dream Team 2, the '96 Olympic team, and asked him would Dream Team 2 beat the original Dream Team. And of course he said, we beat them because they were older guys. And I think that's an unfair assessment. Because again, if we could make all things equal, if you get Magic, Bird, and that original Dream Team, all them guys at their primes, at the prime of their career, if you could bottle up the prime of those guys' career, and put that squad against anybody, I don't think they're gonna lose too many games. I don't. And then even Gary Payton had to say, well, even with Dream Team 2, they had a couple of the original Dream Team guys on their team too. So
they did.
How you match that up?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had Pippen and they had Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill. They had some young horses.
Yeah.
But again, if you able to get the original guys at those same stages of their careers, a young Magic, a young Larry Bird, a young MJ. You know what I'm saying? The MJ, the come fly with me MJ.
Right.
Who's dealing with that?
Right.
Like, come on, man. So again, I think, man, sometimes when we and it's pride. I don't expect Gary Payton or nobody to say they're going to lose to anybody.
True. Yeah.
Because they're competitors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you a competitor. You supposed to think you're supposed to beat whoever.
One Shaq on that team too.
Shaq. Yeah, Shaq was on that team
too. Shaq too. Yeah.
So you're supposed to think you could beat them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't respect you if you said no, we couldn't beat them. No,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't respect that. So you're
Yeah.
supposed to say that you would beat them. And
Right.
again, man, this stuff is good for conversation and it's good banter in the barbershop and for the pool hall, whatever, wherever you have your debates
And
at.
what year was what your dream team was 92?
Yeah,
And then so you're talking 96
yeah,
with the second squad coming in.
yeah,
And yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. So
yeah. It's difficult, man. It's difficult when it comes to that. And one of the things that, with the all of the GOAT debates or the greatest team of all time and all that kind of stuff. I mean, and even pointing out, you look at you may look at a John Lucas highlights, and looking at what they do today and what they did back then. Look at a Oscar Robertson and say, what he can't do this or he can't do that. And I mean, obviously, the game evolves,
yeah,
the talent level evolves, the players get better, all that kind of stuff happens. It's a natural thing. It's called evolution. The game evolves. So what you're seeing now with the Wendy at 7'4", you could have seen some flashes of a Ralph Sampson doing that back in the day, but it's all about evolution. And to compare yesteryear with now and the skill level being that it is, you know, yeah, there's a big difference in the skill level. But it's not even fair to compare the skill level of today with the skill level of Oscar Robertson in the 60s and in the early 70s. It's just not even fair to compare that because Oscar is one of the guys whose shoulders that the league is standing on. People after him. So you can't really compare in that way. You can't do that. But so when you talking about who's the best player, or I don't even know if we can use the word best, but who's the most skilled, and you would say, or who's the, I don't know, maybe you can use the word who's the better player, and you would say, well, these dudes playing today is the better player than a Oscar Robertson. And again, I always break it down to try to make it as simple for people to kind of understand that um, uh, you think about sprinting. To me is the best way to kind of look at it. You look at they got a guy out there running down Coleman. He ran his best time is a 9.7 something. Carl Lewis best time is 9.86. You might even people may probably don't even know who Coleman is out there running. Might not even never heard of the guy.
yeah.
But when it comes to pure time, he's better than Carl Lewis.
Right, right.
But is he as great as Carl Lewis?
Yeah,
Hell no.
yeah, yeah,
Hell no, man. It's no even competition in that. But
yeah,
you can say that he's better. But see that,
yeah.
and that's where this comparison come in. And I heard Michael Jordan recently say that, they talk about this GOAT thing, and he said there's no way you can come up with a GOAT. You can't come up with a GOAT. He said, I ain't never play against Wilt. I ain't never play against Oscar or Elgin Baylor and these guys. I don't. You can't. There's no such thing as a GOAT. You can't have a GOAT. And I understand where Jordan is coming from, but I'm saying, from my perspective, that when you're talking about a greatest of all time, you're not talking about the skill level. You're not talking about, I mean, all the stuff come into play when you talk about the greatest of all time, but we sitting here now watching the finals. And to me, what you do in the finals is the thing that's going to get you on these squads. This 75 anniversary team, this top 50 team they had before now, top 100 and all this kind of stuff. This is the time that you come into the greatness. This is the time where you can make it up on Mount Rushmore. When you talk about sprinters, you got to do that shit in the Olympics. What have you done in the Olympics with some gold medals and everything? This
Right.
guy Coleman ain't won no Olympic gold medal. Carl Lewis got 9 of them,
Yeah,
during that time. So you make your greatness and the championship of the NBA. And I still say that you can talk about who the GOAT is, because you can go in and look at those finals and who was the guys that did the damage in the finals. Who was the guys who made these teams win? Who was the guy who led 2 3-peats, had one, retired, and came back and had another one, and was the MVP in all of those finals? Who did that? Who does shit like that? I mean,
Rich Paul said Scottie Pippen was more impactful than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and this is where the craziness comes in. This is where all the craziness comes in when you're trying to modify and sculpture things for your guy. He's doing that in the name of LeBron James. Ain't that crazy? And Rich Paul say that, yeah, well, Jordan had the killer instinct because he had 2 parents. That's why Jordan had the killer instinct, and LeBron don't have that because he had a single mom.
That's the first time in life I've ever heard anything close to that. And I've heard some stuff in my lifetime, but that's the first time I ever heard anything that silly. Because that was silly.
That didn't make no sense, man. He's reaching. Yeah, he's reaching. He was reaching. I think now, man, some of the LeBron I'm calling them excuses, man. It rivals, Kyle Bowler. When they kept making up excuses for him to be the starting quarterback in Baltimore. I mean, it's really getting ridiculous when you got Rich Paul out there saying these crazy things, man. But I beg to differ with Jordan on the fact that he said there's no such thing as the GOAT. But I don't differ. It's really no such thing as the GOAT. But I'm saying that you can look at a player and what they've done on the biggest stage, on the biggest stage of their career, and you can find out, to me, who that GOAT is and have an argument about that. And I don't see anybody really standing up to Michael Jordan as far as what I've seen in my lifetime. I know that Bill Russell and those Celtics won a lot of championships back then. But as far as what I've seen, and I've been around a long time, and I haven't seen anybody. And the thing is that I look for that. I look for somebody who can be put into that group with the greatest. I look for that. And I just don't see anybody that not only did Jordan do that in the finals, the double 3-peat, and was the MVP all times, he actually took the NBA and lifted it up higher than what Bird and Magic did during their time, and all that greatness, Celtics, Lakers, Bird, Magic thing. And he came back and lifted it even higher. And to me, the fact that he was able to lift the league even higher than what Magic and Bird did, man, that says a lot. And I don't see anybody really coming close. And I think it's not even fair to even compare LeBron James, and in my mind, anybody else, to what MJ did in the league. I just don't think there's no comparison. There's no comparison to him. There's no in the world of entertainment and music. There's no comparison to Michael Jackson. None, man. I don't care how many times they throw Prince up. Prince walking around with his ass out and some pants and all that old shit, man. What the hell? How the hell can you compare that guy to Michael Jackson, man? And what Michael was doing, man, and people fainting and I mean, this is blasphemy. Every time I hear that, who you got, Michael Jackson or Prince? Nigga, please. What?
Yeah, it's not even close.
Not even close, man.
Not even close in my book.
They're not in the same universe, man, when it comes to that. And I mean, the distance is not quite as wide with Michael Jordan, but to me, there's nobody that I've seen come through that you can compare to Jordan when it comes to basketball. I know Kareem on every level, high school, college, pros. He's up there. I think, to me, the biggest argument is who's second.
Yeah.
in the NBA. That to me, that's where the argument lies. Who's second? Because then you got LeBron and you got Kareem and you got Magic and you got those guys up in there. You can argue about second. People will throw Bird in there or some throw a Kobe in there. But you can argue Bill Russell. You can argue about that will or who's second.
Yeah.
But there's no argument, man, about who's number one.
Well,
in my book.
Yeah, because it just depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Cause we can get Isaiah Thomas on the line. He's gonna tell you he might have Mike Jordan in the top 10.
Right.
He might not have Jordan in the top 3 no more. Jordan like 7 or 8.
He dropping in Isaiah's list.
Yeah. Come on, Isaiah.
Yeah. And don't get me started on him. Lord have mercy.
I just say the Rich Paul stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, it was a stretch. I mean, he stretches like, remember Stretch Armstrong? Remember the Stretch Armstrong dog, man?
Yeah. I remember.
Way out here. So he reaching like that.
One of the Fantastic Fours that had to stretch the dude. Yeah, he's stretching shit like that.
And he be so serious when he be saying that stuff.
I know, man. I know.
I mean, he said that Scottie Pippen was more impactful,
right,
than Michael Jordan, and if without Scottie Pippen, Mike would have been 0 for 6 in the finals. 0 for 6. Scottie Pippen now.
Right.
Now again, Scottie was a bad boy.
Yes, he was, man.
He was a Swiss Army knife
at
a very high level.
Really high level.
He did a lot of things very well.
Yes.
Right? He did a lot of things very well.
Yes.
But let's pump the brakes a little bit here.
Yeah.
Rich Paul. Now we know who signed your paychecks.
Yeah. Yes.
We know.
Yes.
Without LBJ,
right,
we probably wouldn't know who the hell Rich Paul is.
We would not.
And Rich Paul, you made a hell of a career on your own. LeBron kind of ushered you in.
Yeah.
And you have taken the reins and have built a hell of a career for yourself. But we know who got you started. We know where your loyalty lies.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't expect you to say nothing other than LeBron James is the GOAT.
Right.
Stop making excuses for it, though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
If you believe he's the GOAT, stand on it. But stop with the Scottie Pippen was the more impactful Chicago. We watched the Chicago Bulls play. We remember Scottie Pippen with the damn headaches. We remember that.
Crucial game 7.
And Scottie Pippen didn't average what he averaged like 15 points a game. So come on, man. How much impact? I think their assists is about the same for Jordan and Pippen. Pippen might have averaged like some percentages of a point higher than Mike career-wise. But come on, man. Because Mike is known as a scorer. He's known as a scorer. He put up some incredible scoring numbers. He put up some incredible scoring numbers. And there he is. And there he is.
What's up, Landon?
Landon Saunders has arrived, ladies and gentlemen.
Here it come.
Stay tuned. And we ain't gonna be here much longer.
I don't know where he was coming from, but I know he probably broke the sound barrier getting home.
Yeah. But Jordan is known as a scorer.
Yeah.
Because he put up some incredible numbers scoring. But he was an all-around basketball player. He played defense.
Yes.
Mike averaged 5-6 assists a game. Career. Career.
Yeah.
So he was passing the ball to somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He get you 7-8 rebounds a game.
top steals guy every year.
Impact. We talking impact. Okay. There was nobody saying if we take Scottie Pippen out of this game, then we got a shot. Nobody on earth said that. Nobody on earth said if we get Scottie out of the game, that we got a chance to beat these Bulls.
Right.
Who said that? Nobody. And maybe before Scottie became Scottie, they knew they could beat him up a little bit. They could bully him.
Yeah, they throw him around.
See, I'm great. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to log off.
Oh man.
This is yeah, okay, yeah. What up, Dean? Yeah, this is the this is the comedic hour of the show.
Yeah.
He don't know I'm about to pull a plug on him.
Well, you might have to I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Sandman on him.
And see, this is part of the genius of Landon Saunders, man. He's a genius when it comes to that, and we love him, and we know how he can come. He was actually on here one time on the Sports Mix, and he caused some severe damage. Man, it took me a couple of days to get my back and my rib cage back from laughing at him on that episode.
Yeah, man. I deal with this guy offline. I get some snipers thrown at me at least 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The bullets just don't stop.
Right.
They don't stop with this guy.
Yeah.
Good guy though.
Yeah,
good guy though.
Boy.
As he would say, good guy, but a terrible human being.
Yeah, man. And man, but again, man, my advice to LeBron and to Rich Paul, now we got to include him on this too now, man, is simply to let LeBron's legacy, man, speak for itself, man. There's nothing that Rich Paul can say. There's nothing that LeBron can say that's going to speak anything louder than what he's done over his career. There's nothing he can say, man. Stop talking about you can't play 82 games now because of something. You got some injuries. That something is. Stop talking that crap. Stop talking about he was raised as a single mom, so he don't have that killer instinct gene. And stop talking this stuff about Scottie was more impactful and all this madness. I'm the GOAT because I beat the Warriors. Stop talking all that madness and let your legacy speak for itself. Because if you sit back and you think about the man's legacy, man, it speaks tremendously. It's loud. It's clear. It's nothing anybody can say that's going to top what LeBron's legacy is, man. It's an incredible legacy. Incredible.
Yeah, they
but
cheapen
this stuff, man. They messing them up, man, with all this crap they talking, man. And they messing the legacy up.
Yeah, they cheapen it when they just keep trying to remix it. Or,
Your boy is crazy.
Yeah, that's why I ain't even respond to that. I ain't even respond to it. I ain't even respond to it. Hey, Landon, hit that cash app, brother. Support the show, man.
Oh boy.
do that. You know, we goddamn facilitating your comedy career.
I'm telling you, man.
Shoot your boy a bone.
He could definitely, man, be a writer or something for that, man. That's a talent for sure, man. It's a talent for sure.
Yeah.
But man, but but I'll say this about Scotty, man, in that, and I'm just saying this kind of off the cuff, that if I have to come up with an NBA squad, if I had to pick any players and I can come up with an NBA squad, and I don't know, what is it, 14 players on the team? I'm not sure if it's 12 or 14 on the NBA team. But just kind of thinking off the cuff, Scotty would be one of them players on that team.
Yeah.
Based on his versatility and what he was able to do once he got up and running in full Scottie Pippen, a terrific player. And I think it's just it's such a empty avenue to go down to say if Scotty wasn't there, the Bulls ain't win. I mean, you can go down the list and say if Kyrie Irving wasn't there, LeBron wouldn't have won in Cleveland. If Dwayne Wade or whoever. I mean, you can say that about if Maurice Lucas wasn't there, Bill Walton wouldn't have got a title. If Kevin McHale or somebody wasn't there, Bird wouldn't have got. I mean, you could go down the list. If Kareem ain't there, Magic ain't get it. I mean, that's. I mean, come on, Rich Paul.
Yeah, and that's why I laugh when I hear people say, "Well, Mike never won that without Scotty." You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, nobody gonna win by themselves. That's the first thing. No, it's a team game. Nobody's out there going 1-on-5.
Exactly.
And coming home with the goal.
It don't make sense, man, to even say that.
Yeah, but people say it every day.
They say it all the time, and it's just a ludicrous statement, man, because you can say that about any champion.
Yeah.
Look at a championship team and you pull out the second best player off of the championship team. And you think they was gonna win?
Right.
No.
Right.
Oh.
Right. I mean, Shaq wasn't gonna win those championships without Kobe.
No, he was not.
You know what I'm saying? Kobe wasn't gonna win the two that he got without Paul Gasol.
Right.
You know, it just comes with the territory, man.
It just comes with it. That's the way it is, man.
You know, and again, it's a team sport.
Right.
You know, it's a team sport. The Ravens were not going to win a Super Bowl with Kyle Bowler as the quarterback. It wasn't going to happen. As great as the defense was in them years, and you're talking, those were the prime years for Ray Lewis, man.
Exactly.
I mean, this was the Ray Lewis at his best. It wasn't going to happen. It was not going to happen. You know, I understand, Dean, if Shaq wasn't there, you would have started breaking.
What you say?
You didn't get your opportunity because Shabba-Doo was there.
Shabba-Doo took the role.
Took the role, man. You
right.
You could have been a star. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you could have been a star.
Yeah.
You know, hey, opportunities come when they come.
They come when they come, boy, I tell you.
You know what I mean? And yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, I respect Rich Paul. You got to ride with your guy.
Yeah, and we like that. We like that.
Yeah, I respect it, man. But
we respect that. Yeah.
But cut the crap, man.
Yeah.
Just put it. Let's just stop this stuff right away, right now. You're doing too much, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, and you're starting to look silly.
Yeah, you're looking bad, man.
You know, because all right, he's saying Scottie Pippen was more impactful. I laughed when I heard that. But what did he say? What did he say? A couple weeks ago? Yeah, you know, Michael had two parents in the household, man.
Two parents, right?
I mean, how much weed was he smoking?
I don't know, man.
When that thought came across his mind, he had to been high as a motherfucker.
It made me wonder, man, was he doing something more than weed? That's what I was wondering. And he went. He was going in on it. He was going in.
He said that man had 2 parents in the household, which made him more competitive.
It gave him the killer instinct. That's where he got that killer gene from. LeBron don't have the killer gene, so Michael was selfish.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Didn't Magic have 2 parents in the household?
Yeah.
And a bunch of siblings?
Yeah. Yeah. He was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't selfish. He liked to pass that thing too.
Yeah. He was helping people. Yeah. Yeah. He was helping people out. A lot of assists. Yeah.
So that didn't work for Magic. That logic didn't work for Magic.
It ain't work for Magic. What he was saying.
Only
Yeah.
for Jordan.
Yeah. In that sense. Yeah. 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 So I yeah, that was yeah, man. Come on, Rich.
Hey, Rich Paul, man, you need to let people know where you shop for your cannabis. Because they probably can make a lot of money.
Right. Yeah.
They probably make a lot of money
Yeah.
if you give up your source, man.
Yeah. Wherever you located, man, they'll come to you to get it. Yeah.
You say weed won't make you
Right.
say that.
Yeah, man. If we don't hit like that. We don't hit like that. He was taking something else that had him talking like that.
Yeah. Well, I know your thought process. You definitely had some out there thoughts when you up in them clouds.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, he took it a little too far.
Yeah. He went somewhere else with it.
He took it coming from a 1 parent home to make a player hungrier.
Mm.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think, but apparently not in LeBron's case.
Right.
Apparently, LeBron just, he suffered, man. He didn't have nobody to play with at the house. And, just him and Mom Dukes and,
Right.
moving from pillar to post. And
Right.
he just wanted to have friends, man. He just,
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if LeBron was, type of guy like Michael Jackson, man. Michael Jackson was friends with the rodents and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, LeBron, man. Come on,
Yeah.
Rich.
And I mean, and to me, that's a logic too. But Landon is saying, I that's my thinking. You coming from a 1 parent home? Come on, man. Yeah, I didn't get that. And again, man, these guys are really, really reaching. And now that LeBron is coming, I don't know how close he is to the end of his career, but he getting there. And they just, another to me, the Laker experience was a failure. I mean, he got a championship, the bubble championship, but I just don't think that the overall. I don't know how many years he was there, 7, 8 years. I just don't think that it was a success. Not what you was thinking when you brought LeBron in and you brought AD in and you was trying to win some championships. I just don't think it went well. And again, you can talk about AD and some injuries during his tenure there and stuff like that. But that's all part of the game. That's all part of what they do. So I don't never look at injuries and say, you can say, if AD stayed healthy, maybe they could have won some more. You can say that, but I'm just saying, but the injuries are part of it. It's just the way it is. And so when it's all said and done, and you're talking about GOATs and what teams are better and what teams are greater, I mean, that stuff is factored in. It's in there. You can't stay healthy. You can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And that's facts.
Yeah. So But yeah, leave just LeBron, Rich Paul. You again, just let his legacy speak for itself, man. That damn legacy, man, is so incredible. If you go down the list of how many records and stuff that this man has amassed over these 20 plus years of being in the league, man, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling, man. And you just let that speak for itself. Now, whether that legacy or not, makes you think that he is the GOAT or not, as people argue it all the time. I'm just saying that I really don't think there's no comparison. I think that Michael Jordan is that guy, and I don't think it's close.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, ain't been no argument from me.
Yeah.
Best I ever seen.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who would be second for me.
Yeah, I have to really take a deep dive and take a look at who's number 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah, poor AD. Man, you talking about a guy, man, that done had so many injuries, man. Man, poor guy.
And see, these Wizards, they got AD down there. They got the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
They got Trae Young. Just don't do nothing stupid, man. Just don't mess this up, man. I don't have a lot of faith in the Wizards, man. That's why I keep reiterating. I don't have a lot of faith in them.
And how? I mean, how can they mess this up? How can they mess this one up?
Man.
I mean, look, the number 1 pick. Okay. I mean, you got AD and you got Trae Young. You got the number 1 pick. We talked about it. The BYU guy who's might be the number 1 pick. Wes Unseld ain't here no more. I mean, how can you mess this up?
Don't mess this up, man.
Don't mess this up, man.
Don't try to be off the wall and they
come on now.
Make a pick. They're gonna pick like the Boozer boy or some shit like that.
When last time you been down there to see the Wizards play?
Me?
Yeah.
Whoo. I want to say,
who was on that squad?
Damn.
When I saw him,
it was the early 2000s. The last time I saw him, I think I saw him before Jordan.
Gilbert Arenas. Let's see.
That was before Arenas.
Arenas.
It was before Arenas and them. So I'm thinking. Because.
Oh yeah, I saw him after Jordan. Because I didn't even see him when Jordan played.
I saw him before Jordan. So
okay.
It was like 2000, maybe 2001. Before Jordan even came, before they drafted Kwame Brown.
What did okay, so you got him. Okay, so you saw him then. Did Arenas and John Wall play on the same team for a year?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I could be wrong, but I don't think. I think they may have.
They might have missed a little bit.
You bashing Unseld. You going to Studio 54L.
Big West. Yeah.
I think if they did, Arenas was hurt.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't think they played together. I think they got Arenas up out of there.
Yeah.
When they got now, was John Wall was the number 1 overall pick?
I think he was. Man. I think he was. Man, I ain't got my laptop with me, man, to go research some of that stuff, man. But when Dwight Howard was playing with Orlando when I saw him, because that's who I saw him play.
Yeah, I think he came after.
He came to replace Arenas.
Yeah, he was the number 1 overall pick in the 2010 draft.
Yeah. 2010. Okay. So that's probably the last time I saw him. It had to be around 2010 or 11.
I can't even remember who was on the squad when I went to see him.
Yeah.
I don't believe Kwame Brown was on the team. I think I went to a preseason game.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
and somebody gave me the tickets. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Wall was out injured. He didn't play that game that I went.
yeah.
He was out and didn't play that game. And they played Orlando Magic. Dwight Howard was on the squad. And but we talking, and if the Wizards do this thing right, I would go down there to see if AD is there healthy and Trey Young and the French guy, the 7-footer Sar, and whoever this number one pick be. I would go down there and watch them. So
Yeah.
just don't mess this up. Come on, man.
Don't
Come
mess
on,
this up, please.
don't mess this
Please,
up, man.
please. Because
Yeah,
they
no,
gonna hear about it here.
they're gonna hear about it, man. Don't mess it up.
Please don't.
No,
Please
come
don't.
on with us. Come on.
Hey, I might even buy a ticket.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about. They already got new fans coming. They already got people who looking forward to maybe going down there to see him.
Yeah, don't mess this up.
Did you think about going down there to see them this year
No,
or last year or the year before?
no, not once. I haven't even tried to find them on TV.
I ain't even been wanting to see him on TV. I have watched him.
Yeah, I haven't because I don't get the sports channel that they come on.
Nah, man.
I haven't even looked into seeing how I could get it.
Right. And no reason. Yeah.
That says a whole lot.
Yeah.
My interest in the Wizards.
Yeah.
The last few years.
Right.
Right. They're the closest thing we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, they 30, 40 minutes away from us.
Yeah, we ain't got nobody else, so
Hey, don't
we
mess
hope they're good. Yeah, just don't mess it up. Just don't mess it up, man. Just don't mess it up.
Yeah, have we said that we don't want them to mess this up? Because if we didn't, don't mess this up.
Don't mess this up. Come on now.
Yeah,
we pulling for the Wizards, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Yeah, please don't mess this up. You yeah. We done been over it. I'm not going to stay on it. Here come another dagger.
Gilbert, man. What was the other guy, man? Credit. What was his name? Crediton?
Yeah, Javaris Crediton.
Yeah, man. What a mess, man. What a mess. One Shaq dealing with one of Gilbert's girls or something too?
I think so.
Shaq Diesel, all that, man.
Then you go to a game with both your middle names are crime, and crime you don't fit. Oh my gosh. This dude, man. This guy, it's nonstop. Nonstop, man. As we begin to wrap up
Yeah.
this edition of the Sports Mix, I wanted to give a shout out to one of my former players, young man I coached, like 12 under, 14 under, reached out to me a couple of weeks ago. Just because, just wanted to thank me for the time that I spent, tutoring and coaching them up in basketball. And I've been around them for some years, just outside of coaching, just from being around. I'll tell you off air who the connection was. But he sent me this. He sent me a thank you. But he sent me this photo. And I was, man, I couldn't stop saying thank you.
Yeah.
He didn't draw the picture. So, a lot of people thought he drew it because I shared it on the social. But yeah, I mean, he just wanted to thank me, man. Out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't something that we don't talk that often. You know what I mean? We might speak on social media here and there. But Fernando Fontanez, thank you, young fella. Appreciate the gesture. Just the kind words, and that was right after my surgery. So I don't think he even knew that I was in the surgery.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that he knew. Shout out to you know Fernando for just reaching out to me, man, and just giving me some words, man. I needed it at that time, man. I was a little, still recovering. I was a little sore, and going through the first. That was like the second night. I think that might have been my second night home. First or second night home.
Yeah.
So, he had no idea that I was dealing with that, but I appreciate it, and I might get this one blown up.
No, that's a great picture, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
might get
that
this
is
one blown up and put it
that's
on
a
the wall for real, man.
great picture. Great picture.
Look like I know what I'm talking about right there.
Oh yeah, man. You look legit, boy. No question.
Look like I was in the Big East or something. No?
So the picture of the player there is what? What I mean, is that supposed to be him or
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's supposed to be him.
okay. Okay, yeah, man. That's a great picture.
Yeah,
Yeah, that thing definitely needs a frame around it.
yeah, and just as we talk about the picture, here come the comedy.
Luckily, one of the conditions of your probation was to mentor young people. Great job. Man, Landon know how to come at an angle, boy. He go.
It's nonstop with this dude, man. It's nonstop.
Oh boy, but yeah, that picture band deserves a frame around it.
Yeah. I'm gonna see about getting it blown up and
No doubt, it deserves a frame around it, man, for
hanging it
sure.
up, man. 'Cause, yeah, I mean, I actually look like I know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, man, and he listening. He's absorbing. He's absorbing what you're saying.
I need him to come to practice with me now to talk to some of these current players.
Yeah, well,
They be looking at me sometimes like, what the hell is
yeah.
he talking about?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a new generation, and then you dealing with kids that's in high school,
Yeah.
and here you touching them now, as opposed to touching them when they were, 8 or 9 or 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever. You
Mm-hmm.
know, touching somebody when they're 15, 16, 17, stuff like that is a different story.
It's crazy. In the last 3 weeks, the week leading up to the surgery, I ran into quite a few of the old ball players from all walks, from Turner Station to uh, James McHenry to Dundalk High School. I mean, I was running into back to back to back, and quite a few of them was at the same event that I was at. But I was like, man, I got basically 30 years of coaching right here in this room. You know what I mean? And I saw a little nephew Darian was there, and always good to see nephew, but he still called me coach.
Yeah, yeah,
I can't remember last time he called me uncle.
right, right.
He said he still called me coach when he see me. But Darian and Terry. Terry wasn't there, but I've seen Terry and talked to him. And Terry, I just purchased my ticket today to the Hall of Fame ceremony
Okay, when is that anyway?
next Thursday,
Okay.
the 18th, out at Turf Valley. So I'm gonna make my way out there, man. I kind of waited to the last minute
Yeah,
to see how I was gonna be feeling. I think I'll be all
sure.
right
To
to
attend.
hit that. Yeah, but I definitely want to support that.
Yeah,
Just to
it's
be in the building,
gonna be a
support
great
the
event.
guy, and then get to see Coach Pig and
Mm-hmm.
Marty Johnson as well. Two other guys that I'm familiar with. To see
Yeah,
them
old sticks.
Sticks, yeah, man. So they
Yeah,
got a nice class going then.
real nice class, man.
Hey man, I'm going to wrap this up, man. I'm going to wrap this up, man. I'm going to wrap this up, man. If I'll get this dude 5 more minutes, he just gonna keep slinging the daggers.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
And see, y'all have to know that he didn't know that this picture was gonna be shown.
right?
Landon don't know what we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, he
So
pretty much.
when he coming up with this stuff, I mean it's all fresh stuff.
He's a freestyle artist.
He's freestyling.
Look at this.
He's freestyling. We throwing a beat out there. He freestyling.
With all due disrespect.
Wow.
Boy, I tell you.
Yeah.
I tell you. And these are people I call friends.
Yeah. Landon go way back with us.
I wish I could share some of the things we talk about offline. But I'm working on building the audience. I don't want to scare nobody away.
You don't
Some
wanna
of the
run
conversations I have with this brother that's not for public consumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have much of a podcast left. and that's with all due respect.
Yeah.
You know. But I appreciate him, man. He keep the show.
Oh yeah, man.
Keep the energy up.
He's an integral part of this show for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, man, you know, I appreciate it. Everybody that tuned in this evening. You know, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the people that tuned in on all the platforms, man. If you ain't following, hit the Instagram page up, the Sports Mix Podcast. The YouTube is the Sports Mix Podcast at Big Kenny 721. That's back there behind me. I don't know if y'all can see that. A little small, but Big Kenny 721 on YouTube. Hit that up. Hit that subscribe button over there on YouTube. Instagram, again, the Sports Mix Podcast. I'm also on TikTok. The Sports Mix Podcast on TikTok. Hit that up. Follow me over there. The finals. Game 4 is tomorrow. Big game back in New York, back in the Apple. Hoping for I'm pulling for the Knicks. I'm pulling for New York because it's been 50 years, man, since they won a championship. They're overdue in New York.
Long time.
The basketball team I'm talking about. I don't care nothing about the Giants or the Jets.
Nah, I ain't think about that, man.
Especially the Yankees and Mets. I don't care nothing about them. But it's time for the Knicks, man. The Knicks, and if they can get one this year, they don't have to win for another 50.
Yeah, it's been a long time, man.
Yeah, I'll be good with that. Because I'm
Red Holtzman.
Yeah,
was coaching then.
He sounded like he was coaching back then.
Right.
Red Holtzman.
Red Holtzman.
Not to be confused with Red Auerbach.
Right. Phil Jackson was on that squad. I could put things in perspective, you know?
As a player.
As a player.
Yeah, as a player now, somebody might think Phil's over there, Scotty.
Nah.
They're coaching now. No, he was playing back then.
Right.
You know, he was a player, so Phil Jackson actually was in the league.
Right.
As a player.
On a championship Knicks squad. So he got a ring. He's got a ring for as a player, along with those rings he won with Chicago and the Lakers.
He got 2 as a player, right?
I think he got 2. He was on. He probably was on that other team too. They won. Yeah.
Yeah, so that means
Yeah.
Scotty. Phil got 13 rings.
He got a lot of rings, man. Phil.
Damn, he might be the ring master.
Hey, he up there.
Mm.
He is up there, man. Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out, man, to one of my, I'm doing a little mix up in here, to the passing of Foster Silvers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Foster Silvers was one of the guys, man. I looked up to, well, me and him the same age, but the Silvers was a group. In my mind, they were the only group that kind of came out that rivaled the Jacksons. I've never seen any other group that rivaled them. And these Silvers, man, was a potent group. It was like 9 of them in the group. They had their sisters in the group with them. I did see them in concert. I saw them out at Painters Mill in concert. Foster Silvers was the youngest of the group. They did have a younger sibling who was kind of sickly and died early. That was not in the group. But Foster Silvers, man, was impactful. Man, he came out with the song "Misdemeanor" as a maybe 11-year-old or something like that. A lot of people done sampled that song. And of course, he wound up being in the group, the Silvers, and Leon, the oldest of the group. He wrote a lot of songs for Shalimar and the Whispers, and the beat goes on. It's a love thing. A lot of Shalimar hits. So shout out to that family. My condolences to the family and Foster. Man, he was big for me. So I did want to throw that out there.
Apparently, you had the boogie fever.
Yeah. Landon is crazy, man. That's just.
and boogie fever was one of the Silver's biggest hits.
It's one of their hits, so Landon was on top of it too. So that was one of their big hits.
For those that don't know.
Oh man. Yes, I did.
Yeah, he don't miss.
Yeah.
He don't miss. He got what they call gym range.
Yeah. He
don't miss too much.
He is versatile for sure. And really, man, if you got that comedic side to you and you're looking for some kind of success at it, that versatility is crucial. The intelligence is crucial, and timing is crucial. All of that stuff come into play, man. And that's why, man, I look at this guy Landon, man, when it comes to that, as he's got a genius about it, man.
All right, brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Oh Lord. See, that's what I'm talking about. Timing. Oh boy.
Yeah, if I don't stop it now, it's just gonna continue.
Yeah, it'll continue.
It'll just continue. So
yeah.
Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in.
Absolutely.
It's been a good show. First show back after a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, welcome back, man, for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Welcome back.
Appreciate all the well wishes and the prayers and everything that people reached out to me over this time. I appreciate everybody for all of their support.
Yeah.
Throughout, and I still not out the woods yet. Still got some recovery time to
sure.
Back right and get myself back where I need to be. But I'm on my way. I'm feeling better. Just doing the things the doctor's telling me to do, and just trying to make sure I take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So just want to make sure I'm here with the fam, the Sports Mix fam. My brother, appreciate you. Peace and blessings.
Yes, sir.
Landon.
Likewise, Landon.
But so we'll see by the time next Tuesday rolls around, there's a game 4 tomorrow. I think game 5 will be Saturday, and game 6 will be Monday. So we could potentially have a champion by the next Tuesday when we come back on. We could potentially have a champion, or we could be preparing for game 7.
Yeah.
You know, which that's which way I'm leaning. I want to see Game 7. You know, that's how I want to see it. So let's just hope that we have some good games these next couple games, and we'll be back next Tuesday to talk about what has happened.
Yo, yeah.
Since, you know,
Yep.
whether it's over
Yep.
with by then or not, we will be
Yeah.
here to talk about it,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have some fun with it. You know, I'm not betting no more money on any of these games or any of these players because they don't never help me get nothing. So I'm gonna just keep my money in my pocket. I'm gonna do that.
Right. Smart
So,
move.
yeah. I figure I just hold on to it.
Yeah.
You know, if I wanted to give it away, I could just go outside and hand it out. If I just wanted to give money away.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, man. But yeah, we out, man. You know, moving
Yeah.
on, and you know, like I said, we'll do some shows throughout the finals, and I might take another break after the finals are over. You know, because we gotta get ready for these Ravens, man, and
Oh yeah, they coming.
you know, they got a mandatory camp tomorrow. I heard. So you know, Lamar Jackson has been participating in these OTAs and the voluntary workouts and all that stuff.
Right.
So you know that's you know, I mean I don't have no I don't my I have the ultimate faith in Lamar Jackson as a player.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Whether he came to OTAs or not.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't have no doubts about Lamar Jackson. So. But I'm excited to see what the new version of the Ravens is going to look like with the new coaching staff, and you know, some excitement there with the whole new staff and everything. He always got to get a parting shot. He stole the lead. You definitely not giving. Oh boy. Y'all see this abuse, man. I gotta put up with.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so we'll be back next Tuesday to talk about the finals.
Oh yeah.
That happening since today, you know. So again, we could be potentially talking about the champion or preparing for Game 7. So
yeah. At this point, we got a series now.
Got a series. So man, if there's anything you want to see or hear, hit me up. You know, we can make it happen on the sports mix. So peace and blessings to everybody.
You
know, enjoy the rest of your week. You know, it's almost summertime. It ain't even summertime yet. It's almost summertime.
Right.
Hey, and y'all, Father's Day is coming up.
That's coming up. Don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget that. Now,
please.
You know, yeah, Father's Day is coming. So I need y'all to dig deep and take care of your daddies this year.
These fathers need that love and respect.
Yeah. And if you don't have a daddy that's, you know, if your daddy's no longer with you, I'll stand in.
Yeah.
And you can give me what you're gonna give your daddy.
Yeah.
Only if you had a good relationship with him. Don't come over here with that. Oh, my father. I don't want to hear that.
Right.
Here we go. Let me close this out, man. Hey, y'all have a good rest of your week. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. Peace.
See y'all next time.
Yeah, we out of here, man. This dude, man. This dude just do not stop.